In this edition, we would present you the contribution of the Oromo people for the unity of Ethiopia. Ethiopia is a cradle of humanity. It is home to many nations and nationalities and peoples. Oromo is the largest ethnic group in Ethiopia, which belongs to the Cushitic linguistic stock. The Oromo is also known for its democratic and egalitarian system, the Gada system. The Oromo has a lion's share in building both the ancient and the present Ethiopia.
Akka haphee isa kaaba jirus isa kibba jirus walitti akka simminto akkasitti kan qabee Ethiopia amma jirtuuf bu'uura kan uume seenaa keessatti saba Oromoo kan caale hin jiru.
Oromo served as glue in the unity of Ethiopia by bringing and holding together the ones from north and south. Oromo was and is cement for the unity and strength of Ethiopia. History tells us that no nation in the country has ever contributed much better than the Oromo in building Ethiopia. During the reign of Emperor Susenyos, as well as in the reign of Emperor Sertsadingle, the Oromo were in the central government system. It would be a great mistake to consider the Oromo as if it did not govern the country at all. Oromo soldiers supported Emperor Sertsadingle. They were with him all the way.
Ethiopia arginu kana akka isheen as geessu gochuu keessatti gaheen uummata Oromoo saba Oromoo baay'ee guddaadha. Miniilikumti biyya kana
Contribution of Oromo people is immense in creating the present Ethiopia. History remembers individuals with what they have done. Even Emperor Minilik II, whom people say unifier of Ethiopia, did not unify the country alone. Individuals like Ras Gobana Dace, whom the Oromo consider as betrayer, and handful of Oromo men and women of knowledge played a crucial role for the success of Minilik. His advisors were Oromos. This is clearly put in history of the country.
Gorsanis, hojiidhaanis kan turan namoonni Oromoo baay'ee biyya kana yoo garagalchine ilaalle seenaa kana.
Oromia is the heart of Ethiopia. It is center for the country's economy and civilization. The Oromo were shield for their country and are hope for the unity of the country.
Lafa dinagdee maddisiisu irra qubatee kan jiru uummata kana. Uummanni kun gama qonnaan jiraata. Dinagdee isaa irra caalaan qonna itti aansee horii horsiisa.
Oromo occupied very fertile land. Oromo land is either favorable for farming or pastoralism. Ethiopia was an important trade center as it is close to the Arabian Peninsula. The economy of Arabia was mostly dependent on the spices, jewels, and several products they import from East Africa, including the Sudan and Ethiopia. Oromo land had the largest share. This trade had brought different people together.
ተወደደም ተጠላም ይሄ ህዝብ ማዕከላዊ ኢትዮጵያን ሰፊውን ሀገር ይዞታል ከህዝቡ ጋር ኢንተራክት አድርጓል ክፉንም በጎንም አሳልፏል ስለዚህ ድርሻው የጎላ ነው
Whether it's liked or not, the Oromo occupied the central part of the country and created great relationship with different nations, nationalities and peoples of Ethiopia. The Oromo shared all the good and the bad times with nations, nationalities and peoples of the country. His contribution is enormous in building Ethiopia. Considering the people who built the country as immigrants and alien is crime. Those who wrote wrong history of these people are criminals. Nobody has ever made the land of Ethiopia by own hand from mud. Oromo heroes and heroines had sacrificed their precious lives to defend Ethiopia from invaders. The victory of Adwa is the greatest victory that all Africans are still proud of, was the victory attained by the sacrifice of many Oromo heroes. There were many Oromo war generals at the Battle of Adwa.
Wantoonni baay'een ta'e jedhamanii dhokfamanii jiru akka mul'anne ta'anii jiru waan ta'eef seenaan barraa'ee jiruu fi dubbatamu kun baay'een isaa dhugaadha jedhanii fudhachuun nama rakkisa.
Many things about the Oromo were knowingly hidden. The history people know and the written history are quite different. It is even difficult to take the written documents as history of the people. Oromo has great contribution in the formation and existence of Ethiopia.
Seenaa biyyattii kana keessatti seenaa hundee qabudha. Yaa ta'u malee seenaan abboommaatiin barraa'aa ture sun uummata kana ifa gochuu hin dandeenye.
The history written by the so-called historians has clear bias against the Oromo people. They did so because of the agenda they have on the people, but they could not completely hide history of the Oromo.
Adwa kan jedhamu sanatti loltuun kani saba xaaliyaanii isa hamma funyaaniitti hidhatee dhufe loltuu sana kan cabse kan immoo deebisee akka aangoo fi miiriini saba gurraachaa itti kabajamu kan godhe Oromo horsemen warra jedhaman gabayyoon eewudha. Gabayyoo gaboo gurmuuti abbaansaa yeroo immoo waa'ee isaa dubbatanii gabayyoo ba'unati basaffiu gabayaa yaadawaalati jedha.
Oromo horsemen had fought against the highly armored Italian troops at the Battle of Adwa and realized the victory, which is still the pride of all blacks. Among the hailed Ethiopian heroes was Gabayyo. His full name is Gabayyo Gabo Gurmu. They never write his full name only because he was an Oromo. But when they want to praise him for what he had done, they say the following: Gabayyo Gabayyo Bonate Basafiu Gabaya Yadoalete. This explains the victory he got at the Battle of Adwa. The same is true for Balcha, another Oromo hero at the Battle of Adwa. They don't call him with full name Balcha Safo, but they praise him as follows: Gabayyo Simot Tataka Balcha Medfa Galabach Bicha Lebicha. After the death of Gabayyo, Balcha replaced him. Balcha, the hero who operates cannons the way he wants to attack enemies. Let's take Abdisa Aga in the book entitled Ayalew to mean in the deserts of Italy. Very little has been written about this hero. Much should have been written about him. The government did not care about him. It was Marshal Tito of the then Yugoslavia who made the government of Ethiopia give Abdisa Aga the rank of colonel. The Oromo had played a replaceable role in defending sovereignty of Ethiopia.
Tokkummaan biyya kanaa sakandii tokkoof shakkii keessa galuun qabu. Tokkummaan keenya garuu dimokiraatawaa ta'uu qabu.
Unity of this country should not be under question mark even for a second, just for a second. However, our unity should be democratic and all should equally enjoy development and peace of the country. Habte Abbamala Habte Gorgis Dinagde was raised in the palace of Emperor Minilik II. Habte the Wise was not only Minister of Defense but also advisor to Emperor Minilik II. He played a great role in the cancellation of Wuchale Treaty made with Italy.
ብዙ ጊዜ ኢትዮጵያ ለሂቃን ብዙ ችግር ነው የፈጠሩት በዚህ ሀገር ታሪክ እኔም ጨምሮ ማለት ትችላለህ really.
Ethiopian elites, including myself, have created a lot of problems in the country. Today, we should think differently and write true history of the country and its people.
የውጭ ወራሪን የተከላከልንበት ታሪክ ሲነሳ በጋራ ሆኖ ብዙ ጊዜ የሚጠቀሰው ምንድነው አድዋ ነው የሚወሰደው። ከአድዋ በፊት ስንት ታሪክ አለ። አንደኛ ሰርጸ ድንግል ይዞት የሄደ የኦሮሞ ፈረሰኛ ወታደር የቱርኮችን ኃይል አንደኛ በጣም የመታቸው እሱ።
The most quoted victory of Ethiopians is that of Adwa. There were many wars at different battles against foreign invaders before Adwa. There were many histories prior to Adwa. Oromo horsemen had played an immense role for the success of Emperor Sarsadingal. They had severely trashed Turkish invaders and defended their country. We never find the history of Ethiopia where there is no footprint of the Oromo people. The Oromo were wonderful horsemen.
የኦሮሞ አሻራ የሌለባት የኢትዮጵያ ታሪክ አናገኝ።
Oromo scholars had huge contribution in building Ethiopia. During the reign of Emperor Haile Selassie I, military commanders like General Mulugeta Buli and General Jagama Kello had played significant role in building the modern Ethiopia. The role of Oromo in students' movement in military activities and during the war between Ethiopia and Somalia was great.
እንደውም የኦሮሞ ታሪክ የበለጠ በተማሪዎች እንቅስቃሴም በሰራዊቱ ውስጥም ከዛ በኋላ ይሄ ሶማሌ ጦርነት ስንል ሌላውን ሁሉ ስንወስድ የኦሮሞ አሻራ የሌለበት እንትን
ዲነ ብዬ ከነራ ቆለችታ እመን ኦሮሞ ኤሚ ኦዲት ልቡሳ ወሬጌ
The Oromo people had sacrificed their precious lives and gave us the present Ethiopia than any other nation in the country. The Oromo had and still has important contribution in building the country. Oromo heroes and heroines were considered as invisible actors in the formation and existence of Ethiopia.
Yaats jedhama namichichi the invisible actors jedhe. Invisible actors kuni Oromoota jedhanii yeroo barreessu dissertation jedhe. Oromoonni kun immoo tokko Raas Goobanaa jedhe. Abtagorgis dinagdee jedhe Feteraarii. Sadaffaa immoo han inni fudhate Walloo keessaatii Nugus Mikaa'el.
A man called Yaats expressed the Oromo as invisible actors in the history of Ethiopia. He stated this in his dissertation. He listed Ras Gobana Dace, Fitarwari Haptagorgis Dinagde, and King Mikael, or former Ras Ali of Wallo Oromo. King Mikael is the father of Liji Yasu, yet has clearly put that it would have been impossible to think of the Ethiopia we know today without the presence of the mentioned men. He said these men were invisible actors. He has precisely indicated that the Oromo had done significant job in building Ethiopia. Tekle Tsadik Mekrea wrote that an Oromo called Tulu was a war commander in the reign of Emperor Lebnadingal. When the troops of Lebnadingal were won at the Battle of Shumbrakure in the war against Ahmed Grany, messengers told the emperor that his soldiers were fleeing. Lebnadingal said, "Let others fear." But how on earth that Tulu fears? Tulu was a brave warrior who helped the emperor well. There was also another Oromo war commander called Warana. Now comes a logic that falsifies what some wrote, that the Oromo came to Ethiopia in the 16th century. The stated Oromo war generals lived and served their country before the 16th century. Professor Muhammad Hassan wrote that the named generals were from Yaya Gulele area in Shaw. Abebaw, a priest, has also written that the people of the Gada system had guerrilla fighters. The Oromo had great knowledge on war tactics. They were and are also great actors in politics of the country.
Aartii lolaallee kan Oromoo caalaa kan beeku hin jiru biyya kana keessatti siyaasa taanaanii maqaan isaanii akkuma invisible actors sana ta'e malee loltuu cimtuu turanii.
Ijaarsi Itoophiyaa ammayyaa keessatti Oromiyaa dabalatee jechuudha. Goobanni godhe biyyattii tana utubaa amma ammaatti hin jiginiidha kan jiru dhugaadhaaf jennaan.
Ras Gobana Dace had done the greater ever job in the formation of this country. Gobana Dace was a great hero who was an Oromo. What he had done alone is still a pillar for the unity of Ethiopia.
Fitaurari Haptagorgis Oromo ነበሩ እኮ.
Fitarwari Haptagorgis Dinagde was an Oromo. During the invasion of Somalia, majority of soldiers who defended their country were Oromo. The Oromo had significant contribution in the unity of Ethiopia. This is what history tells us.
የትናንት ታሪካችን የኦሮሞ ሕዝብ በኢትዮጵያ አንድነት ላይ የከፈለውን ዋጋ እጅግ አድርጎ ነው የሚያሳየን አጉልቶ ያለ ኦሮሞ ሕዝብ ኢትዮጵያ.
We cannot talk about Ethiopia without talking about the Oromo people. When we compare the struggle Oromo heroes made for their nation with the struggle they made for the unity of Ethiopia, they paid great sacrifice for the unity of Ethiopia. This is what I believe. No nation can be more Ethiopian than the Oromo. You can take the victory of Adwa, where the Oromo had done a great job. Fitarwari Haptagorgis Dinagde was advisor to the emperor. The Judge Balcha Safo was a successful military commander, and Oromo horsemen were great fighters at the battle. Emperor Menelik II was proud of Oromo horsemen. Take Abdisa Aga, the hero known at international level, was an Oromo.